Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Thanks for joining again for another live Q&A session here on my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Angela. I am a full-time voiceover artist and audiobook narrator, and today we're going to get vulnerable. Today we're getting vulnerable. Just making sure everything's working. And by the way, my frame rate is very weird today, so if my mouth doesn't match, I don't know what's happening. I tried to fix it. I don't know. It's technology, but whatever. Today we're talking about getting vulnerable because I think, myself included, that a lot of us get to be successful. Let's just start this way. To be successful in anything, you need to be seen. Marketing, right? And I think what we get caught up on is if I show myself, or if I market myself, if I allow myself to be seen, I'm going to be judged. I'm going to be perhaps not only judged by people who don't know me, but judged by other voice actors. I'm going to be judged by maybe even other voice actors seeing that I'm still learning. I'm in the learning stage, that perhaps I don't know what I'm doing yet, that they're gonna see me as a fraud. You know, friends and family seeing that I'm trying this new thing and that maybe they really don't think that I'm doing well, but they're gonna support me anyway because they love me. Maybe even being called arrogant or attention-seeking or I think it's all just fear, you know? It's all just fear, but I'm getting ahead of myself already because this topic, of course, was brought up by someone in the group, and it was sort of a light bulb because she had mentioned that someone else had the same issue, and I said, you know what? I talked to myself and I said, self, we felt the exact same way. I still do every day, 8 years later. So let's talk about it. So today's poll is, what makes being visible in voiceover the hardest part for you? Oh, we got some votes. Giving you guys a second to get your votes in. 15% of you said it's the fear of being judged. 11% of you said comparing myself to others. And 7% of you said not feeling ready yet. It's still shifting. You guys are getting your votes in. 68% of you said promoting myself feels awkward. I think personal opinion, and of course I'm not a trained professional in, I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but my personal opinion is that all of these options, all of these responses are due to exactly what we were talking about. Comparisonitis, fear of being seen, fear of being judged, fear of what if I do achieve success and now I have to maintain it. I think for me, the hardest part of being visible was being judged by other people, established voice actors, to see that I was still learning. And perhaps to get feedback from them telling me that I should just give it up, that I'm never going to be good, what are you doing? You know, all the things that go through our heads when we get into something new. And it took a while for me. I mean, as I mentioned before, this YouTube channel was suggested to me by Anthony Pico, who was my coach at the time. And since we've become good friends, obviously, because now we run Academy Voices. But he told me a long time ago, he said, you need to start a YouTube channel. And I said, what for? There's already 1,000 YouTube channels out there that are in probably not, I'm over exaggerating, but there's probably already a handful of YouTube channels that supply the same information that I do. I mean, what am I going to bring to the table that's going to be of any interest or even watchable, clickable? I mean, what's the purpose of starting yet another YouTube channel that covers the information that is already out there? And he said, you have a different perspective. You have your own personality. You are just coming up, right, in this business. I think at that point I've only been doing this maybe a year and a half. It's right before I went full time, so maybe a year. And he says, well, you've got some traction on Upwork. You know, why don't you share what you've already learned about Upwork? You know, Anthony says, I do the Fiverr stuff. Why don't you cover some of what some of your progress, your experiences, your successes that you're finding in Upwork? Why don't you do that? Or maybe even give some tutorials on how to set up your profile on Upwork and things like that. And I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And at that moment, when he mentioned do Upwork tutorials, it took the focus off of me as a person, and he gave me a job, right? He gave me a job. He said, this is what you need to do. And then I started to do that. I started to create content about Upwork, how to set up your profile, how to set up, how to send in proposals and bids and how things work on Upwork. And so I shifted the focus off of me onto helping others, possibly entertaining others with my idiocy. But I never once said, and I think in any of those videos, that I was a long-standing professional, that I've been doing this for a bajillion years, and I am, the most credible source on Upwork that you can ever find. No bother. Don't worry about seeing other videos or go watching other videos. All the information you need is. I never did any of that. I framed it as, this is what I've learned so far. Let me show you, because as we all know, we all have information, experience, life experience. We have skills that other people don't yet, no matter where you are in your journey. Nobody is born with all of this knowledge. So at that moment, I said, okay, there's probably a bunch of other people making Upwork content, but you know what? I'm going to share my journey. I'm going to share what I have learned, because maybe I can help a few specific people that are, that don't know as much as I do at this point. And I think we've covered social media. Yeah, we did. We covered social media marketing just a couple of weeks ago, I think, in Launchpad. And what we discussed is that to make social media content, and I know I'm going off on a huge tangent right now, but I wanted to get this out before I forgot it. Social media content is built on, four pillars. You can either educate, entertain, build trust, and then what was the other one? I'm drawing a blank, of course, because it's hotter than Hades in here. Let me open this door. Point being, while I go further down this tangent, point being, you have to be visible to market yourself on social media. So, my advice is to give yourself a job. That's the easiest way to do it, because that's sort of, for me anyway, it turned off all of the other voices. I had a target, I had a focus, I had something to do that was helpful for others. I didn't frame it as, I need to get my voice out there, or I need to promote myself. I need to, put myself in a position that I am, I can be judged or compared, or all of the things that go through our heads. Instead, I gave myself a job. So, what I suggest to you is to give yourself a job. Write yourself out a social media marketing plan. Give yourself a job every day. Create content that is not just about, this is the book that I'm working on, this is the book that I just released. Share a little bit of information about maybe your gear, the microphone you chose, why you chose it. Then you can also be transparent and say, hey, this is my journey. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world. I'm not saying anything that isn't true. I'm dipping my toes into this industry and I'm having a great time doing it. And I'm seeing, this is my first book, maybe even. This is the first book that I've gotten. There's no shame in that. That sort of takes like the comparisonitis away, that takes the procrastinating away. And we could get into a whole other rabbit hole about procrastinating. Or even the perfectionism. It's not perfect, right? The content you're making is not perfect. It's just a quick little, hey guys, this is, you got your phone, just record it. Hey guys, this is the book that I'm working on right now. It's coming to this, Audible, maybe around August, whatever. And just share your journey. Your journey is different from everyone else's. Oh my gosh, here it comes. I can feel the tangent forming. Because, all of the greats that we look at, Ray Porter, Morgan Freeman, Scott Brick, all of the names that we know, they all started in the same place that we did. And if they could go back in time and start to chronicle their journey, I bet you they would. I bet you they would. Because that makes you human. It makes you relatable. It makes you just like everyone else. And I think that, okay. I'm pumping the brakes on this tangent right now. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm just rabbit holing here. But what I wanted to get into, jeez, is that the term procrastinating, which we talk about a lot here on my channel, and the term perfection or perfect, like I can't submit my demo, I can't do any auditions yet because my studio isn't perfect, that kind of thing. Or conversely, with procrastinating, I can't submit my demo, I can't submit my audition because I'm still learning XYZ. That perfectionism target and you keeping yourself in a place of learning is all protection. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting yourself from moving forward. You're protecting yourself from what you perceive is scary stuff, like the things we talked about, being judged, being critiqued, maybe, having some trolls say some mean things about you. Perfectionism and procrastinating are you telling yourself that you need to do XYZ, learn XYZ, achieve XYZ, whatever it is, so you can hold yourself back from starting. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Squirrel. So when you start to talk about things like this, when you start to tell yourself, I don't have the right microphone, my studio sounds like garbage, I need some training first, I need whatever, recognize in that moment that more than likely isn't true. You're telling yourself that to protect yourself from all the things that we just discussed. And all of those things that we just discussed, I have never once experienced from another voice actor. I've never had another voice actor tell me, you're garbage, you suck, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. I've never once had that. I've had people give me feedback that was constructive. I've had trolls talking about my mole. I've had people tell me to shut up and I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I say to those people? Thanks for watching. You just counted as another view for my algorithm. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. You just did me a bonus. I don't care what you say. It doesn't apply to me because I don't believe it. You're just an unhappy person. You're just being unhappy and spreading your unhappiness. But even those are few and far between. So, all the things that I was so afraid of, those what ifs, they never happened. And even if they did, they were so minimal. The first couple, yeah, sure. You're like, oh, well, that was mean. Is that true? No, it's not true. I know it's not true. What? Maybe they said that you suck or you shouldn't, continue this line of business. And well, then why am I booked for the next 3 months? Right? So in those small instances where something does happen, the things that you're afraid of do happen, you have to take each one with a grain of salt. You have to say, okay, this guy is just having a bad day, but his view counted as a view and fed my algorithm. Thank you very much. Right? You have to sort of understand what is happening, what is being said, and either say, okay, well, that was constructive feedback, or that was just somebody really having a bad day. And more than likely, it's the latter, right? I feel like I'm all over the damn place. But so relatable. This topic is so relatable. Okay. So, I'm looking at my notes here because I tend to get into tangents and down rabbit holes, and I tend to forget things. Okay. So maybe, okay, we went over perfectionism, the pressure to succeed. Oh, I think that's another thing. But that doesn't really... Let me ask you guys something. So if you're just starting out in this new endeavor, and maybe you're putting equipment on credit cards, and your significant other is saying, well, I don't think that's a good idea, or your family saying, oh, I don't think that's a good idea, because they don't really understand the wide world of voiceover and everything that you can do in it. They're giving you a hard time about your idea of doing this. You don't have a whole lot of support behind you in starting this endeavor. That is an additional layer of pressure for you to succeed. So I think moving forward with getting yourself out there or being seen, in that respect, the pressure is huge, because you have to eventually prove that this perhaps isn't another just crazy idea that my spouse has, or, it's not like just a flash in the pan or something that you were, dipping your toes into. You have to prove to them that this is something that you can make work. But that fear of that pressure holds you back also. I think for those of you watching in that place, the best thing you can do, I think, for all of these scenarios is just to make yourself a content plan. Write down everything that you need to do in building your website, in creating your demos. Write all those things down. That really helped me, because as I'm confident most of you watching have been in the corporate world at one point or another, and so we're kind of just, what's the word I'm looking for? We're used to people telling us what to do. Let's just put it simply. Right? And at the beginning, you're still kind of learning how to be a CEO and switching the mindset from, employee to CEO. So while you're still in that sort of employee mindset, make that plan. And then if you have an agenda or you have it all written down, on Monday, fill out my bio and do whatever you want to do with your website. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to record a video of me recording the first couple paragraphs of chapter 1. Make sure you talk to your author about this too, to get them on board. So then that way first and foremost, they're okay with it, which I don't see why they wouldn't be, but, and then that way they can share your content too. But if you write all these things down, it's like being told what to do. It sort of just takes the guesswork and the thought out of it. It shifts the focus that we talked about earlier from all of the things that are on your shoulders now, the pressure, the perfectionism, all of that stuff. Focus on the task. Turn off the voices, focus on the task, and get the job done. Because you, as the boss, the CEO, told you to do these things. I think for me that really, really helped. Because especially in the beginning, when we're first learning that we are now the CEO and we need to sort of shift that mindset, I was at a loss. I didn't know. I'm like, great, I'm full time now. Now what? Anthony Pica, of course, told me, he said, get an agenda book. And I talk about this all the time. And I've had one on my desk for the last 7 years, maybe longer. I've had a new one. Obviously, it's not the same one. It's a new one. And then each day I write down what I need to do because it helps me to not only stay on track of things, but then I can, because I also have, mentee meetings and live streams and all the things that I do. But then I also write down work that needs to get done too. And there's nothing more gratifying than, striking through something on a piece of paper. I feel like I'm going down another tangent rabbit hole. It's one of those days. It's one of those days. So, we can also talk about comparisonitis too. I think that's also a big one. But I think for me, the biggest fear was being judged. And perhaps being told, you're just starting out. You don't know what the hell you're doing. But again, none of that happened because I was transparent in the beginning, and I was just myself. This is what I've learned so far. Check it out. Okay. Let's get to the comments and see what you guys are saying. We got an awful lot of comments. And if you are in the live chat, then don't tell me what you're afraid of. Tell me what you plan to do today after this live stream. With everything that I've just spent the last 23 minutes saying, I hope it's at least given you a spark of an idea, some sort of an inspiration, something. And if it helps for you to be told what to do, to get permission to do this, I give it to you. I want everyone who watches this video, if you're in this place, I want you, after the stream is over, after this video is over, if you're team replay, to start a 30-day content plan. Or at the very least, get yourself an agenda book, a daily planner, so you can start to write down the things that you need to do every day. As a voice actor, as an audiobook narrator, give me your plan of action. Because again, everybody is a little bit different. Everybody's schedule's a little bit different. People tend to attack the same thing a different way. You may have an idea that inspires someone else to move forward. If it isn't something that I recommended, you may have just the thing that works for someone else. So put it in the chat. What are you today, not tomorrow, today, after this video is over, what are you doing to move yourself forward, to get yourself out of the rut, to finally break through and get yourself out there? Because as we know, here comes another tangent. As we know, social media is the best way to market yourself. It's free. It takes little time and little creativity. Just be you. right? You don't need scripts. You don't need polish. You don't need any of that crap. It's never been easier to get in front of the eyeballs that you're looking for, that you need, than today. So let's break through that barrier of fear together and just get it done. What's your plan? Let me know what it is. I'm going to shut up now and get over to the comments. And I did see a couple things pop up in the chat, so I'm going to see if I can find those now in my periphery. Hold on. Jules, stay hydrated. 500. What is a gem? What is a gem? 550 gems. So I should put. I'm grabbing my water and my coffee. You can't see me because it's off camera. Do I want coffee? Do I want water? Water, coffee, coffee, water, coffee. Coffee wins the day. What are gems? What do those do? Well, thank you for those. Thank you for those. I don't know what they do, but that's awesome. Still learn something new every day. Abe was here. Hey, Abe. Good morning from Nashville. Specifically, social media marketing feels awkward for me. Over the last month, I've started posting and sharing my and my colleagues' posts in an effort to engage, and that's good. And again, you don't have to do, and that was something else. That was something else that not the person who brought this up, but somebody else had said a while ago that they don't want to show their face. That for whatever reason, they were ashamed, afraid, maybe criticism, thought they were too old. I forget what the reasoning was. But somebody said they didn't want to share their face on social media. You don't have to. You don't have to. You are a voice actor, right? Your voice is what it is that people are looking for. They're not looking for your face. Unless you're planning to do on-camera stuff, then that would probably help. But you just need your voice. If you're looking to make video for social media, which I recommend, or even just a post with audio, you can have a static image, right? For example, if you're narrating an audiobook or you're promoting an audiobook, maybe you have a royalty share audiobook. Ask the rights holder for an image, like a PNG, of the cover of the book, and then you record the first 15 minutes or whatever the retail sample is going to be. Record that, and that's a post, right? Now in progress, or in the studio now, or something to start generating some hype about that book. You could even do the same thing. Take a picture with you and your cat, or you and your dog, or you in your studio, smiling with your microphone. An image of your waveform that you're currently editing. Something. Don't overthink it. And then add some audio to it. Do flubs. Post your outtakes. Whatever it is. Don't overthink it. Just do. Don't overthink. Just do. Oh, we got more gems. What do the gems do? Tell me. What are the gems? Is this something new? God, I'm so out of the loop. 300. Thank you, Tiger Lily. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the blowfish. Are those supposed to be like? Are they? Hang on, I got to look at the chat in in YouTube because StreamYard's not translating that. Whatever it is, is it like a? I don't see them in the YouTube chat. I'm sorry, everybody, if I'm slowing down. I can't see it. That is so funny. Is it just like an emoji? Thank you for the gems, you guys. That's so funny. I don't know what that is. You guys are just messing with me now. Okay. Back to it. Mary Lynn says, hello from sunny Tampa. I too feel awkward about promoting myself. Currently, I just engage with others on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Instagram. I'm working up the courage to start a YouTube channel. Okay. There's so many different directions I want to go with this. Don't wait on the courage to do it. Just do it. Plan out what your channel is going to be called. Plan out what kind of content you're going to make. And if I were you, just do what I did. Pick one thing that you're doing in your current business, right? So if you're, example again, if you're an audiobook narrator, share your journey. Share all the auditions that you did that day, and then maybe do another video about, hey, I won this job, but the other ones, they chose someone else, but that's okay. I'm going to keep at it, right? Start to make videos. Just chronicle your progress. That's all that you need to do. And then once you start to get some viewership, because you will, because people love that stuff. People love to see small creators do well. Again, it's never been a better time to start, especially a YouTube channel, than now. People want to see the realism. They want to see the struggle. They want to see what is real. That way we can start to kind of squish the old ideology of everybody's comes out of the womb perfect and knows everything, right? Let's get rid of that Instagram polish. Here's the big job I got, but I'm not going to tell you about the 1,000 auditions I did to get it, or that, what I had to go through to get this big achievement. You don't see that stuff on Instagram. You only see the highlight reels. But if you start a YouTube channel where you're real and doing real people things, that's huge. That's different. Tangent over. So start thinking about what you're going to call your channel and start planning out content, but really just, shoot a little video of you doing your day-to-day things. Don't overthink it. There's no courage really needed. Jules says, morning all. Fear of being judged is big, but self-promotion is also super awkward. Yeah, I think as an introvert, or maybe it's everybody, I don't know. But as an introvert, having myself in the spotlight at any time just makes me feel so oogie. I just want to run away and hide. And you guys are looking at me right now going, you're right. You have a YouTube channel. You have all these social... In the beginning, it was so cringy. But you know what? I got used to it. And not only that, but in real life, I'm sitting in a room talking to a device. I am by myself. I literally don't have a bunch of people staring at me right now. I think in my head, I'm pretending that I'm just recording something, right? Like, I think I was able to turn off the fact that there are 46 people watching me live right now. I don't look at that number a lot for that reason. I just try to keep it in the back of my mind that I'm recognizing that I'm in a room by myself talking to a device, right? So it might take a little bit of mental manipulation for you to do that, but you do get used to it over time. But the most important part is breaking through that barrier of fear, of all of the things. I don't even want to keep reminding you all of that. Let's just get rid of it. Breaking through that barrier and just starting, because that is more important than sitting back here going, oh, they're going to judge me. I mean, I don't do that to be insensitive, but I did it too. They're going to judge me. But they didn't. And even if they do, that's not everybody. That's an outlier. Most people are encouraging, thank you for that. I mean, even if to me the information that I was giving was something that I was, doing every day, there's someone else that's trying to learn that, whatever that thing is. And so the video you post about you learning something new could really help a bunch of other people to learn that thing too, right? Okay. I'm sorry for all the tangents. I'm going left like a million times. Oh, I see another super chat. Hold on. Super chats get preference, or the gems, whatever the gems do. I'm still trying to figure that out. Hold on. Abe's still here. Hey, Abe, I thought you left a while ago. Hey, thank you for the super chat. Abe said, I started my action plan after your last video addressing this. Today, I've already reposted a video an indie author and I collaborated on. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. See you guys? Oh, thank you for the chili gems. Thank you for the chili gems. I still don't, what do the gems do? I don't know. I'm just glad you guys are here. Thank you for the gems. Okay, getting back to okay. Focus, Angela. Tiger Lily says, good morning. The social media thing was a hang-up for me as well, though I've gotten over it recently and have just decided to post whatever I feel is funny or might resonate with others. And that's all that it really is. You know? There's a lot more that we do as working voice actors, even in the very beginning, if you're still learning all the things. There's a lot of things that we do every day that is relatable to others. That other people are in the same spot as you, learning the same stuff that you're learning. And it's completely relatable. And it could be educational or just entertainment. Or maybe you make a new friend and start networking with, you know what I mean? There's so many different ways to connect with people by just making content. And it doesn't have to be anything grandiose either. Could be just you sitting in your studio drinking a cup of coffee. Hey, you know what my favorite book is? I just listened to this audiobook. It's fantastic. Just make the content. Just drink the coffee. Maybe it's how you make your coffee in the morning. Don't overthink it. Obi-Wan, yes, we had some storms. Oh, wait. You're from Oregon. AZ weather today. Well, I don't think so. We've had some storms, so it's actually cooled things down, but now it's just sticky. Now it's humid. So I think we're going to get into the high 90s today over where I'm at in Phoenix. But it's like 50-something humidity. It's icky. It's icky. I'm actually probably glistening as we speak. I'm shiny. Ryan says, morning from Nebraska. It feels so awkward to promote myself, especially because of my firm conviction that humility is one of the greatest and most lacking character traits in our society. But that view is shifting. I think people want to see more and more of real than ever before. Of the real you. Not the polished Instagram you. They want to see the real you. And I think that is a godsend for all of us just getting started out. And it just supports everything that I just told you guys. It's never been easier to connect with people, to market yourself as a real human being, flawed and all, than right now. Hold on, we got another super chat. Squirrel. Ren, thank you, Ren. Good morning. Gems or jewels or rubies, which is money, aka revenue. Oh, interesting. So is it, okay, I'm going to get it too far in a rabbit hole here. So do you like, just so I know, and maybe everybody else who's wondering what gems are, so do you like buy the gems and then they're just kind of there for you to disperse how you choose? How does that work? Hi, Space Angel. How does that work? I don't understand the... Something new to learn about, I suppose. I saw that, Caesar. Put your gems to good use. Or do you, like, earn them? Do you earn gems? How do you get gems? Educate me. Tiger Lily said, but I did say fear of being judged is ultimately, I still wonder if I'm good enough to be promoted. Stop. I'm not even going to finish that. I'm not finishing that comment. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Because that's baloney. You know what I'm going to say. Baloney. This could be my very first day. I just had the bright idea to start voiceover. Maybe I heard someone talking about it and that light bulb moment happened yesterday. I could do that too. That would be awesome. Oh my God, I would love to do that. You know what? Tomorrow, I'm really going to start to dive down into this rabbit hole. I'm going to discover everything that I need to do. I'm going to figure out all of the mics. I'm gonna look at the equipment. How do I do this? That is the same day you start making content. It doesn't matter what you do know or what you don't know. You're sharing your experience. That is the important part. Tiger Lily, you have plenty of knowledge to share or to entertain. You're entertaining. We're all entertaining in some way, shape, or form. A lot of people here, I know you from Launchpad. You guys are all worthy enough, entertaining enough, know enough to make friggin' content. So that is why I'm saying, regardless of who you are, where you are in your journey, after this video is over, because I know you're probably thinking about it right now, after this is over, make yourself a plan. I'm serious. Tiger Lily, I'm calling you out. I'm going to check with you on Thursday. Make a plan. This is what I'm going to do. You can even start tomorrow or today, ideally. This is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to start thinking about the kinds of content I can make. Or if my website needs work, if my demos need refreshing, whatever it is that moves your business forward, write it down and do those every day. It doesn't have to be a lot. It does not have to be a lot. It could be one little thing. Because a lot of us have different, bits of time available to us every day. But do something every day. Ryan says, so I'm looking for ways to do it without sounding prideful and braggadocious. I just told you. There you go. I think what you are already doing on social media is enough. I would say, not you specifically, Ryan, but vary your content. So again, we have like the trust building content, we have the educational content, and then we also have the entertainment content, right? I can't think of what the last one is. The last pillar. What's the last pillar? I'll figure it out. But vary up your content, but just freaking make it, right? Just make the content. Tiger Lily says, you do have to have a little bit of an ego to put yourself out there on the internet. Well, not really. Not really. You have to have some confidence. I know there's a fine line between ego and confidence. But it just takes a little bit of confidence. And I think making it a job instead of... what was that, Caesar? You guys are sending all kinds of stuff I've never seen before. You guys are just so much in the know. I don't know anything. But what was I saying? There's a fine line between ego and confidence, but you have to have enough confidence in what you're talking about. And that, even if it's nothing, you don't know. Again, if this is like day one, you're sharing that I don't know anything for the content. I know nothing, but come with me during my experience and learning the thing, learning about the equipment. And then, by the way, engage your audience. What do you guys recommend? What are you using as a microphone? You know what I mean? Just make the content. We do have squishy, tender souls. We do. But we have to turn that taking it personal switch off. Because again, even if you do get someone that's trolly, judgy, whatever, those for the most part are outliers. They're outliers. They're a small percentage of people. And again, think of it, even no matter what it is they said to you, it's engagement on your content. So again, when someone says something to me on one of my videos that's negative or, off-putting, whatever it is, I always thank them for the watch. Thanks for watching. Because all you're doing is helping me. Thank you for engaging with it. You're just helping my algorithm. If you think of it that way, take the personal taking it personal. Turn that off and just look at it that way. I know. Come on. All of you are great in your own right. Be great. Share your greatness. Trail VO says, I recently upgraded and bought a portable booth, new mic and interface. Where's my chapstick? Needed help dialing it all in, so I reached out to the amazing Caesar. Now he's auditing my booth and building me a custom rack. Chronicle that. Shoot videos of yourself doing all of that and post it. Let's see, Tiger Lily says, my secret hang-up I'm now sharing with you. I think my mouth looks weird. Stop it. Stop it. I've never once looked at you and went, you know what? You have a weird mouth. Never once. That is you. That is you doing it to yourself. And believe me, I understand it. That body dysmorphia, that critical eye on yourself. I understand it. Believe me, I understand it. But no. No. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get to some. Oh my God, I've been rambling for way too long. Let's get to. Let's see if we get questions. I'm looking for questions. Clan Midgard, cool username, says, for me, it's more getting visibility. I did get my first narration job finished. Good. I followed your advice for editing for Audible, so thank you for that. Oh, good. I'm glad I'm helpful in any way. Although most of you just need a swift kick between the pockets. So that's how I'm helping in that respect. Respectfully. Pam's here. Hey, Pam. Howdy, y'all. I listen to myself, and all I hear is my mother's voice, and who wants to hear that? I do. And a lot of other people do. I can guarantee you that everyone in our group does. So therefore, by law of average, other people do too. John Meyer says, I can say that I'm finally over the fear. I'm not ready for a lot still, but I'm still trying to learn as I fail. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not saying that you even have to be completely fearless. You can still have the fear, but move forward through it, because eventually it'll get easier and easier and easier to do. The more you do it. As I mentioned before, this whole YouTube thing to me was terrifying in the beginning. I didn't want to be in what I consider to be the spotlight, being on camera, being seen. But now here I am, 6-7 years in with this YouTube channel, and it's more comfortable now. It's like I'm talking to friends, even though I'm alone in a padded room talking to myself. It gets easier and easier to do, but you have to move forward through the fear, just a little bit at a time. It gets easier. Fear of being judged is a factor. For sure. Tiger Lily says, your channel is how I basically got started with voice acting. Really? It was your energy and your approach that drew me in. Oh. I'm glad. We need more of your voice. Ryan said, yes, Angela, I get that from people in my small rural town who see my posts and have started telling folks around town I'm just looking for attention. Well, what do they know? But you know what? The World Wide Web is worldwide. Who cares what the small town folks say? Your content is also being seen in Arizona and probably a million other places. That is the goal, not your small town. Just turn those folks off. Mute. Right? Who cares? Who cares? There's a lot more people that do care about your content than the people who are, you know what it is? Ryan, they're jealous. They're jealous. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Sure, there's a lot of people want to hear your voice. It's right. It's right. Everybody's cringy about their own voice. You know that, Pam. You know that. And you also know that it's not true. Let's see. Paul Silver's here, brought the donuts. I'm cat sitting and enjoying a friend's pool. That sounds lovely. Let's see. Looking for questions because I'm over time again because you guys have just allowed me just to verbally vomit all over you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's see. Lex says, "Hi everyone. I hope everyone's week is going well so far. I myself am drained, but I chose promoting myself feels awkward. I don't even know where to start." You mean like literally where? Like what platform or like with what kind of content? It doesn't matter the platform. It does not matter the platform. Personal opinion, TikTok. That is the most forgiving platform. It's a platform where everybody is expected, encouraged to be just raw and unfiltered. TikTok, I think, or even Facebook, maybe. Instagram wants everything to be a little bit more polished and ooh. You know, I'm not that person, so I'm not on Instagram a lot, but that's what I would say. But again, YouTube, definitely YouTube. Definitely YouTube. Michaela says, I try my best not to compare myself to others, but sometimes you're not doing enough or as good as so-and-so. Yeah, of course. Same. But you keep going. You keep going. Regardless. Oh, yeah. Imposter syndrome? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Looking for questions. Let's see. Caesar still has the flu. Oh, my gosh. Caesar. Ryan then says, oh, yes, the perfectionist trap is the one I keep falling into over and over. Slow down, Angela. I actually have started forcing myself stop editing if I catch myself doing more than I should. Yes. Good. And that's important that you catch yourself. That is the most important part, that you catch yourself over editing, being too critical of whatever it is that you're doing. That is a good indicator that you should stop, take a break, and then come back to it. You might have a different view of it after your break. Let's see. Any questions on the Instagram? No. Okay. Let's see. Means you're going to receive money, Miss Angela. Oh, the gems. Yeah. I have to figure out how those work for myself, because maybe I want to give other people gems. Tiger Lou says, Angela, you're a gorgeous goddess. How dare you? What? Oh, was I hating on myself? I don't remember. Oh, Caesar. You guys. Hold on. Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. Caesar says, thank you for the super chat. Caesar says, being shameless, I don't mind putting myself out there. I think the real question for me is whether I'm interesting enough for people to watch. Yes. Being exceedingly strange or not, I guess there's only one way to... Caesar, you already know the answer to this question. I think you're just putting that question out there as a form of protection. Like we talked about earlier. You, of all people, are interesting, entertaining, you're funny. You already know from being on my channel that people enjoy watching you. They enjoy listening to you. What you provide to the people who watch my streams. Valuable information. Excuse me. So we already take all of those what if factors and throw them out the window because they just don't apply. They don't apply. So stop it. So even all of you watching, that's just proof that even the most interesting, entertaining people still have the same fear. It's not just you. So just go be you. Who cares what people think? Tell them you're just starting today. I mean, that just takes all of the, potential blah blah that you may receive out and throws it out the window. You're telling everybody. You're not saying I'm a professional. I'm going to go and, narrate you're not saying any. You're just saying, here, look, I'm starting this new endeavor and I'm open to suggestions and feedback. Help me, but join me on my journey. That's all you need to do. Not you, Caesar. You're a little further along than that. And you are entertaining and funny and smart. And you have valuable information that you need to share. So stop it. Right now. Stop it. All right. Let's see. Where did we leave off? Oh my gosh, there's so many comments. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of these. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. I'm looking for questions. I can't get through everybody. Okay. Clan Midgard says, question for anyone who has done a fair few jobs. Does having an agent help? What is the best way of getting one? I've heard both sides of the coin. Agents is a middleman, much like pay to plays are. So you could have an agent, but that's not going to be your end all be all. You're still going to need to be on other platforms to find work. You're still going to have to promote yourself. And having an agent is just like being on Voice123 or voices.com. It's not going to be enough to sustain your career. That's what pay-to-plays are. They're essentially online agents. They are platforms in which people can connect with you. You submit auditions and potentially win a job. Yes, an agent, being a person, can advocate a little bit better for you than the platforms can, but it's still just one avenue of income. So I have heard it both ways. Yes, have an agent. Don't bother. I'm in the don't bother category, but that's me. That's me. If you want to go get an agent or several, then do it. There's no really right answer to that. No guppies for Caesar. Oh my goodness. Is that like a Twitch or can you actually send gems? I'm gonna have to look into the gems thing. Oh, YouTube said I have gems that expire. I think they're like gifts on TikTok. Oh, so how do you get gems? I'm gonna have to look into that. You definitely post your outtakes. Good. Good. That's a great way to start. Make people laugh. Well, who doesn't like to laugh? You can exchange the gems for donuts. I like it. Sold. It's just a way to interact with the channel. Okay. Okay. Gigi Schuster says, I started taking classes for voice acting work. I was surprised at the amount of disabled handlers with service dogs who have attended the class. Like me, they're discriminated elsewhere in work opportunities. Yep. Yep. Eric Grimes says, it's important to remember that each one of us is unique. No one else has the same mix of voice, talent, and life experience that you do. Don't try to mimic someone else. Be uniquely you. Eric, that's going to be on a t-shirt. Everybody screenshot that and put it like in the upper top corner of one of your monitors. Make sure it's in your face every day. Don't worry about what other people are doing. It has no relevance to you. Your journey is unique to you. Who cares what everybody else is doing? You're doing your thing the way you want to do it. That's right. Mr. Beast is already taken. Let's see. It's awkward to type this on YouTube and on but I hate YouTube. It's been ruined by every platform has. Every single platform has. AI is going to encroach on everything that we do. It's just a matter of how you respond to it and I guess how you use it. I mean, change is the one thing that we can't do anything about. In this new age, we have to adapt and overcome. We have to adapt to the changing world. Every platform, every service, almost everything that we do online, there's an AI agent or a bot or an algorithm or something doing something in the background. It's incorporated to almost everything we do. It's just a matter of, see an ad or an AI thing, don't give it your attention. Don't promote it. Don't watch it. Just scroll past it. You know, that's the way you can be rebellious against it. Don't engage with it. Just scroll past it. Let's see. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, turn the follower count off. Yeah, I mean, I've done that a couple times myself. I think it's sometimes better to not watch that number, right? Or to not even see it. Just focus on you creating the content, not so much about the end result, right? But just engage with the people who engage with you and ignore the rest. It's probably a great way to go about it. Oh, that's my new t-shirt. Tangents are my superpower. I like John's even better. Tangents are a sign of intelligence. It's just my brain going in several different directions, and then most of the time what comes out of my mouth is nothing like. It's probably trying to condense all of the different. See, I'm doing it now. So no, I'm done. We'll be here for 2 hours if you allow the tangents. Show up every day, post daily, no matter what it is. Yes. Yes. I thought tangents were an orange fruit. That's tangerine. That's right. We can all be weird together. Yeah. Just be uniquely weird and uniquely you. Who cares what everybody else thinks? That's right. Let's see. Yes, love yourself. Good morning, Rustic Hillbilly. Let's see. Your chilies aren't animating? They're too spicy. Yes. Yes. I will call you out. Yes. Again, if you need someone to kick you between the pockets, be your biggest cheerleader, I will be that person. If you need someone to give you permission to go, if you need someone to give you permission to tell you, or permission to move forward and tell you that you are ready, I'm going to do it. I'm looking at you. Do it. You're not bad at planning. You're telling yourself you're bad at planning because it's, guess what? A form of protection. Calling you out again. Can you write? Can you type? Then you can plan. Yeah, that was side-eye. Put some of those AI agents, those AI, whatever you use, put that to work. Tell it what you're trying to do and ask it to make you a 30-day plan. Just for the bones, right? Just for the outline, just for the layout. And whatever it gives you, use that as a starting point. Oh, that's a great idea. I didn't think of that, but I'm going to massage that a little bit so it's a little bit more me. Do that. Start that way. You guys are funny. Let's see. I need to get going. So I'm going to get to, let's see. Mr. Lander says, I tried that. I made a big, bold to-do list and tacked it up right next to the computer. After a while, it became a source of shame, embarrassment, and I kept looking at it and never did the things. Oh, well, either that the things that you wrote down were too large and we needed to chunk them down further to make them into smaller things to do, or it was a decision to not do it. Because we know the fear is there. We already know that. We know the fear to move forward is already there. But at that point, when you're looking at your to-do list and you're just like, oh, but if I do this, that means I'm really doing it. I'm moving forward. There's no turning back after this. If you flip it on its head and you say, there's no turning back after this, I've already moved forward. I've already broken through that barrier. The thing that I do today moves me past that veil of fear that I'm so afraid of. And more often than not, we're afraid for nothing. We're afraid of the what ifs, right? That 3% of people potentially saying something negative. But ultimately, again, if you look at it this way, whatever it is they're saying or doing, they're still feeding your algorithm. They're helping to promote you by watching your content and engaging with it. So those people, again, I say thank you. Thank you for watching. You don't like the mole on my chin? Well, you know what? Sorry. I come from a long lineage of witches. They're usually on my nose, but this one formed on my chin. Get over it. Who cares? Who are these people to you? You don't know who they are. They don't know who you are. Thanks for watching. Move on. Right? Come on, people. Come on, people. Let's see. I see what you're doing there. I see you. No, we're focused on you. We're going to stay focused on you. I'm going to continue to be focused on you. And then, oh my gosh. Okay, it's not showing, it's not showing on the screen. Oh, it does. It does say happy poop. Caesar, you did that on purpose. Oh, God. That's right, Josh. Publicity is publicity. Visibility is visibility. Hello, everybody on Instagram. Thank you for joining. Okay. Let's see. Yes, engagement is engagement. Yes. Yes. My plan is to prepare to plan to put. Don't make me come over there. Let's see. Yes, your content doesn't have to be book related. Abe says my last video was about an accent. The one before that was a fly in my booth. Yeah. Don't overthink it. Flies on the windscreen. I know exactly what you're talking about, Caesar. You're talking about one of the world's largest Depeche Mode fans here. Okay. Yeah, you know what really helps with the overthink, Abe and Tiger Lily, is just use AI. You could use whatever, AI agent that you use or search engine, whatever you want to call it, to give you ideas, again, as a starting point. Canva has one too now. So at least it can give you some ideas. And if their ideas are garbage, it might just spark an idea from those ideas. You know what I mean? Just to give you something to go by. Or just start, as we do on Fiverr or anywhere else, just go to your YouTube and start punching in words like Brandy voice actor or whatever it is. And then just start to see the content that comes up to give you ideas. You know? Yes, the difference between being in a mental ward and working as a voice actor is eventually the voice actor gets paid. Yes. I actually have a t-shirt in my shop that says, I sit in a padded room and talk to myself and I get paid for it. Yeah. Padded cell has great acoustics. Okay. Yes. Make that content. I'm trying to find some, yeah. Jen says, I also took the first step because of Angela's videos. Good. Michaela says, the same. Angela's videos were what first started me down the VO rabbit holes, specifically audiobooks. I've been watching since like 2021. Well, good. Good. Yay. Figured out the gems. I sent you a screenshot. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Caesar. I appreciate that. JT Voice says, how much does having a good recording space, equipment, custom rack for your voice help with the editing? Your recording space is more important than the microphone you choose. It's more important than your rack. Your recording space, the space around you, is much more important. Invest more time into that than anything else, especially in the beginning. Let's see. Oh gosh, it's so hot in here. I'm melting. I gotta get going. Let's see. Looking for last questions. Steven, if it'll let me highlight it. I'm just getting started in VO. Really want to do audiobooks, but most people I talk to say I shouldn't start with long form audio. That's exactly how I started, and I could probably say that most of people watching started with long form. So you have to take everyone's opinion with a little, just file it away and then just keep searching until you get like a general consensus. Everybody has great, valid information, but not one person should be the source of all of your, business planning, right? Get multiple perspectives and multiple insight. Talk to lots of people about the questions that you have, and then make your own educated decision for your business. But I started with long form, and a lot of other people did. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Yes, you've been seen. Busted. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out. I know this has been a long one, but I need to get going. It is a beauty mark. I have no problem saying I got a mole on my chin. Who cares? It's just skin. Who cares? Mr. Lander says, you, Angela, your expertise and genuine kindness make it worth putting up the detestable YouTube. Oh, I appreciate that. Just keep swimming. That's right. Right. Too many ideas. There's no such thing. Write them all down and then just kind of filter through them, right? Like whittle them down. I have like 20 ideas. I'm going to go through them again. There's the top 10. I'm going to go through them again. Here's the top 5. And then go through them again. I like this one the best. That's the first one I do. And then I have a bunch of other ideas for after it. Don't overthink it. Tiger Lily. Let's see. Brent says, love Depeche Mode. Just listening to I Want You Now. I love Depeche Mode. Forever. It's, as I tell people, Depeche Mode fandom, it's not fandom. It's a religion. Yep. Oh, my God. You guys are so crazy in the comments. All right. I have to go. But again, this idea for this live stream today came from one of our Launchpad members. And for all of you watching, whether you're in Launchpad or not, if you have something that you want to talk about on these live streams, because I always say these live streams are for you. These are not for my benefit. YouTube money is not what it used to be. So I don't do this for, the 5 cents that I get for making this video. I've never been that way. I do this to help you guys. So if there's something that you want to talk about as a group or just want my opinion on, just put it in the comments. If you're Team Replay, put it in the comments. Maybe it's something we could talk about in the future. So until then, if you're in Launchpad, I'll see you on Thursday. But other than that, if you're in Core, if you're in a VO's Journey Academy Core, I'm hosting the script workout tomorrow. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday and Thursday. And then Thursday morning with Academy Voices Live on Anthony's channel. Oh, it'll be here too on my channel. What am I talking about? I'm tangenting again. Anyway, I'm leaving. So I'll see you guys when I next see you. Bye.